Hello, welcome to my crib. This feels so strange. So I documented the fact that we got a new office over on Instagram. We moved in here right at the end of February, right at the beginning of March. It took like a week to properly set it up. We kind of like designed it before, but when we moved into the office building, they like wouldn't give us dimensions and stuff, which made it quite difficult. We knew we needed, for example, like 21 desks. We knew we needed kind of a meeting room area. We're probably the quickest repeat customers ever because we already signed on another unit in the building just because this unit isn't quite big enough for us to have all our product as well. So I'm gonna give you a glimpse of the product office, but it's not all set up yet. It's being used, but it's not properly set up. And we are also signing on a third unit, which is going to be a content office where we're able to do e-com shoots, where we're able to do content for our socials. I wanted to give you a full office tour to be able to show you kind of like what it looks like in the everyday. As I mentioned before, I'm going to start vlogging more again, and the podcast is also starting back up too. So I'm very, very excited for that. But I'm going to take you around the full office and I hope you like it. So this is how you kind of come into the office, and what we wanted was to have somewhere that was, it's a big unit, like it's a big just like open unit, and we wanted to be able to kind of segment different areas so that people could use it as they need to. So whether people want to have like a sit and a chat on a sofa, or whether they need to be in a meeting room, or all of this, we literally don't have the budget to be able to like have a big fancy office with like different offices within it. So obviously like when we're doing something completely confidential, we'll either go to the product office where no one's in there, or like go have a meeting somewhere else. Like there are private meeting rooms downstairs and everything, not ours. Once again, we don't have the budget, we're not that big yet, but one day you will see us with private meeting rooms. I saw a few people like replying to my story when I originally showed the office, being like, that's awful setup, like why do you have it open plan, like it means people can't do things confidentially. It's like, babes, bank accounts, one day we will, just watch this space, bear with us. But essentially this is like the nice entry area. We've got a speaker, we've got like a sofa. The whole theme of the office is very much like plants, natural, but also industrial vibe with spots of green and pink. That's just the whole brief. So this is Ziggy's version of the big sofa, which I feel like was a very extra decision. And actually, when looking at all of the dog sofas, it wasn't a wise decision like financially, but at the end of the day, the happiness that having my dog on a tiny version of the bigger sofa, like I don't think I could get that from anything else in this world, so I'm not too fussed. Okay, and then we have the kind of like kitchen area, which is right as you come in. It's not like a proper kitchen because, once again, budget for a build out. Like one day we'll do like a proper office build out, fingers crossed, and we'll be able to like set up a proper kitchen and everything and all of these things. But ultimately we don't know how long we're going to be here. We don't know how quickly we're going to expand, whether we're going to be here for a long time, all of these things. So we've essentially made something as kitcheny as possible. Essentially it's a glorified set of cupboards with some appliances, but it makes me happy if we call it a kitchen, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this is literally the expanse of it. It is no more exciting than this, but we have these like Kallax shelves here, which are the best ever and kind of the vibe throughout the office because they're able to be like really good dividers whilst not, whilst like letting light through. We have all of the SHREDDY range here for obvious reasons. We have Daily Dose, which are obviously your vitamins. We have Protein, which is obviously your protein. We have BCAAs, which are obviously your BCAAs. Then we also, I'm an investor in Nice, the wine brand, and this is, oh my god, this is actually so good. This Nice, the Malbec, I could not recommend enough. So I had to put some of those in the office for a particularly hard day. Then we have so many snacks in this whole office, which is, in my opinion, an essential to get people through the day. And I just like providing snacks, like I'm very much like a hoster. So we've just got snacks in baskets, some pick and mix here, oat milk, like various drinks and stuff like that for like kind of water bottles and stuff for meeting rooms. Then round here we've got various different things. So we've got Tenzing, which is like natural energy drinks. We've got some kombucha from Remedy. I absolutely love these. Then we've got some CBD drinks as well, and potentially like too many plants. I feel like the whole office, I just wanted it to make it look a bit like a jungle, which I feel like has been achieved, but I think it's on brand. Then speaking of on brand, we have some champagne. Then up here, these are all like for tea, coffee, sugar, everything. Got some snacks up there, some nice dried plants, and then coffee capsules. These are their compostable ones. We got a retro pink microwave to kind of fit the theme. Lovely retro chrome coffee machine. Then we have 2 fridges, one which is the drinks fridge and one which is the normal fridge. So in the drinks fridge, we have just like, basically you can put in your own chilled versions of the drinks that we have, so that you can have a nice chilled one throughout the day. And then in here we have loads of coconut collab, which is very much an office favourite. So we got kind of like savoury snacks, and then this is another cupboard of snacks. So we got pretzel thins, we've got crisps, we've got olives, we've got, that is all nut butter chocolate. I don't know how much nut butter chocolate one single company could need, but I think we might be setting the record. Then just in the entryway, we have these cute boxes that we had in the previous office, health and safety must-haves, and we just put like one of our awards there, so best in category, Skin Lux Legging for the Women's Running Awards, best wellbeing brand, and we put TALA tags on the trees to brand them. Then this is a kind of meeting room. I mean, it's still open plan, as you can see, split out by Kallax, but it's got your regular meeting table, a middle thing for like drinks and to look nice, and then a whiteboard and a mirror. So this is kind of just particularly useful for when you need to have a non-confidential meeting. We just kind of grab and come and sit in here, and then just more storage of more food and snacks. So loads of Vita Coco, coconut water, chocolate milk. And then to just give you an idea of space, to go from the kind of like seating area round, we have the product area, or the product department, we have the creative department, and we have the kind of operations and performance marketing. Then over here is the very exciting stationery corner. We haven't actually got anything up on the shelves yet, but those are there to be used at some point. Then we have a printer, which doesn't work because it's a printer. Then we have some stationery. I'm actually not going to open these for you because it's not like one of those like, ooh, inspo things where you have all the different colours of product. It's just a stationery mess, like an explosion of stationery. So yeah. Okay, and then I just want to kind of give some insight into the team and like how it's set up and everything. So I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour of who sits where. There's some hot desking because not everyone is in the office. Like some people that were hired during COVID and stuff live in Scotland, etc. So obviously they're not coming in 3 times a week. So here we have our essentially web tech developments. Then here we have senior brand and partnerships manager. Then here we have our head of operations manager. Then here we have our managing director. So me and our managing director are like kind of next to each other, but she's on the operationsy, financey, performance marketing table. Then we have our, what will be our head of finance here, but we're hiring for that position at the moment. And we also have our interim head of performance marketing, who sits here when she comes down here. And then we have our performance marketing manager here. So that's the first table. Okay, then here we have operations assistant. Here is a hot desk. So we'll here again a hot desk, but will be a new hire. Then here we have the socials and creative assistant. Then here we have my executive assistant. Then here we have me. How exciting! Woo! And then here we have our creative lead. Weird. As I said, a lead fell on the floor. And this table is a bit sad, but it's only sad because the product department is split between here and the other room. So if they're working during the day and it's not actually working on, like it's working on product but not like on product, then they'll be sitting here. So we essentially have a whole department here. We have our assistant buyer, our head of product, garment tech, head of merchandising, and they're always here. And usually like in the week, it's like there are lab dips and everything spread out all over here, and then the product room and everything. And you can let me know if you want to see like a full tour of it, but I don't know if it could be quite like boring because it's just all product. And then in the divider between, just because product can get quite messy versus the rest of the office, no hate, no shade. That is just what the product department will be. They're meant to be messy. That's how you like get product done. But essentially there's like a Kallax in between the rest of the office, and you can see over the top, so I usually see like heads popping through there being like, hello Grace. There's also storage with important things in, like my dog's food. It's actually mostly product things, but... So we got these lovely like wood and black desks for everywhere. I didn't want to have like everything shiny white because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's just not my vibe. I quite like having the like industrially feel. I feel like it ties together really well with the plants. We got everyone like a little like school locker under their desk as well, so they can store their everyday things. And then this is my desk. It looks like mine's the only one that's messy, which is valid because it is, but it's also because only Lex and I are in today because it's a Friday. So I just have this type of setup. Like I have my laptop on here, which is meant to be better for your back. And then I've got a keyboard and a mouse connected to it. Got my little matte black SHREDDY shaker. I tried to give myself a setup here, and I'm not actually reading my own book because I'm not that full of myself, and I read it many times when I was writing it, but that's for when I need to do various promo. That's actually the new paperback promo. Then in my little school locker, this is slightly serial killer vibes, I think. I've got my business cards, I've got a strange wellness journal, and then I have these like vegan microwave meals for if I usually like meal prep, but if I forget my meal prep, then I'll eat one of those and just pop it in the microwave. They're great. And then this just by my desk is my essentials. So I love a caffeine-free Diet Coke because I want a Diet Coke, but I also would rather have a coffee if I'm gonna have caffeine. And so I just have like a whole thing of caffeine-free Diet Coke here right by my desk. And then a whole thing of my dog's food, including a water gun. Kind of put these baskets like here to keep things in that people might want to use, but also to, I don't know, provide some decoration. So just to show you, we put TALA tags on all of them because there's no point getting new tags when we have loads of these tags, and then I've just labelled all of them. So this one's like hair. It's got a load of like GHD straighteners, hair dryers and everything. This one's sanitary pads, does what it says on the tin. This one is tampons, which again, does what it says on the tin. This one is tissues and wipes, once again. Ziggy's box, then crisp snacks, more snacks. This whole office is centered around the idea of snacks. Steamers for product. Oh my God, more chocolate bars. Oh my God, more nut chocolate bars. Okay, then I'm just walking you to the product office to give you, not a tour, a glimpse. It's obviously not set up yet. This is all the racking to go up. It's going to be like properly, set up into a proper product department. But we got samples, we got some latest development. I'm quite glad it's quite dark so you can't actually see. Then we have boxes and boxes of kind of folders, samples, like some of them will have trims, some of them will have bulk fabric, some of them will have essentially like all sorts, like every single thing on a product is thought through. So whether it's the zips, whether it's the branding, everything, like we'll all have samples of that in all of this. We have existing products that's come out, development, we have soon to be released, we have existing product. Then this is where like the models change during fit sessions. Again, like this is where people work if they're working in here. Again, it is not where it is going to be, but it's a good start and I cannot wait to have it all built out. It is so surreal. We've done so much work in the last year especially. So the whole of 2021 was about building foundations for where I want the company to go. Like I feel like TALA has the potential from its like product quality, the place we are in the market and the product market fit to do some really incredible things. And that doesn't just mean more sales, that doesn't just mean more releases, all of that. Like there is so much out there in the activewear industry and so little of it is done in the way that as the original consumer who set up TALA wanted the industry to be. Like there should be more sustainable options at better price points. As far as I'm concerned, like seeing all of these big companies, I just think that there is so much space for people who do things better, and we are by no means perfect, we never will be. We also like recognize the limits of sustainability as like a stamp and a badge rather than as a kind of sliding scale, and I think that recognizing that and being really clear on exactly the type of company we want to build, it has been so important. And like obviously started TALA nearly 3 years ago now next month. The original plan was to make sustainably and ethically made activewear the norm, but also just to create some amazing sustainable activewear. And like along the way, I really realized that I didn't want this to just be a company that just like did releases and ticked boxes and kind of then on to the next. Like the goals I have with this company are just so huge, and I really think the insane improvements we've made over the past, especially the past year or so, like the direction we're going in, I'm so excited, and I think is incredibly exciting for everyone involved and the industry and all of that. And I don't know, it's so surreal to have everyone in an office actually working as like a big company. Like the last time we were in an office before this month, like it was a few of us. Like, we just cobbled things together and we just kind of like made it up as we went along. And like, don't get me wrong, so much of what I do is still that. I don't know, I feel like kind of like a year and a half ago, I really realised that the track we were on could be so much better. We've spent so much time, money, effort, and like restructuring to get to the point that hopefully we can provide you with an activewear company that you're really, really, really happy to wear, you know, activewear that you feel good in and good about. That's what we're about creating. And it can be about using amazing materials. Also, not just about the materials, like taking you through our sampling process, what we do with offcuts, what we do with dead stock, what we do with, you know, one-off samples in that process, what we do with kind of all of these different things. I think that there's so much space for a company that does think about all those things and really thinks about just how flattering everything's going to be, but at the same time never compromising those real baselines in sustainability and ethics. I think we could build something really, really great here, and it's my main concentration to kind of make that happen. So anyway, that was a huge segue, but I just wanted to give you a little whistle-stop tour of where we live, where we're doing the work on the everyday. I don't know why I'm now sitting in a pitch black office where you can only see my head like I'm in like a horror movie. Let me know what types of vlogs you'd like, because I feel like there's a lot we can show you in the office, whether it's like a day with the product team or like a day with marketing. I'd love to show you like anything you're particularly interested in, so just shout. And yeah, hopefully give you some exciting content about camel toe and how we make nice leggings. Honestly, sitting here close to some of the collections that are coming out over the next few months that are like whole new categories, I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to show you. And I feel like I haven't given anywhere near enough like insight into the business development over the past year. I mean, I've alluded to a few things, but it has been mad. One day I will write a book. It has been insane, but I'm so excited to kind of take us to the next level, and I want to show you as much as possible of that, whilst also obviously making sure that the doing the thing is the main priority, because it is, and that is why I forget to do YouTube all the time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I will see you soon, and hopefully not too long, if I forget again. Thank you.